Did you know some viruses can stay in your body for years, sometimes even for your entire life, silently causing chronic diseases? It's a startling thought, isn't it? We often think of viruses as something that makes us sick for a week or two, like the common cold or the flu, and then we recover and move on. But there's a whole other class of viruses that are much more insidious. They establish a long-term residency in our cells, quietly chipping away at our health. In some cases, setting the stage for life-altering conditions like cancer, autoimmune disorders, and severe organ damage. These aren't just minor inconveniences, they represent a massive, often underestimated global health burden, affecting hundreds of millions of people worldwide. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on these microscopic hijackers. We'll count down the top 10 viruses that can permanently change your life. Kicking off our list at number 10 is the hepatitis B virus, or HBV. This is a perfect example of a virus that can cause both an acute, short-term illness and a chronic, lifelong infection. For many adults, their immune system successfully fights it off. But for a significant percentage, especially those infected at a young age, the virus doesn't go away. Over years and decades, this constant inflammation leads to the formation of scar tissue, a condition we call fibrosis. As more and more healthy liver tissue is replaced by scar tissue, it progresses to cirrhosis. Coming in at number 9 is a close relative of our last entry, the hepatitis C virus, or HCV. Often called the silent epidemic, hepatitis C is notorious for its ability to establish a chronic infection that goes completely undetected for years, or even decades. For many, this process is entirely asymptomatic. You could be living your life, feeling perfectly healthy, while inside your body, a battle for your liver is being waged. In recent years, the development of direct-acting antiviral drugs has completely revolutionized treatment. These newer medications can cure more than 95% of people with hepatitis C. At number 8, we have a virus that reshaped public health and our understanding of infectious diseases, the human immunodeficiency virus, or HIV. HIV is a retrovirus, which means it cleverly inserts a copy of its own genetic material into the DNA of the cells it infects. By targeting and destroying CD4 cells, HIV systematically dismantles the body's immune defenses. During this stage, which can last for a decade or more, the virus continues to replicate at low levels. While there is still no cure, the development of antiretroviral therapy, or ART, has transformed HIV from a death sentence into a manageable chronic condition. Our number 7 spot goes to one of the most common viruses on the planet, the human papillomavirus, or HPV. There are more than 200 related types of HPV, and it's so widespread that nearly every sexually active person will get it at some point in their lives. In women, chronic HPV infection in the cervix can cause the cells to become abnormal. Over time, these abnormal cells can progress into precancerous lesions and, eventually, full-blown cervical cancer. The most powerful tool we have against HPV-related cancers is prevention. The HPV vaccine is incredibly effective at preventing infections with the high-risk strains that cause most cancers. At number 6 is a virus that almost all of us have been exposed to, whether we know it or not, the Epstein-Barr virus, or EBV. It's estimated that up to 95% of adults worldwide have been infected with EBV. If the first infection occurs during adolescence or young adulthood, it's more likely to cause infectious mononucleosis, or mono, famously known as the kissing disease. However, in some individuals, EBV can play a role in the development of more serious conditions. It's strongly linked to several types of cancer, particularly in people with weakened immune systems. Breaking into our top 5 is cytomegalovirus, or CMV. Like its cousin EBV, CMV is another member of the herpes virus family and is extremely common. By age 40, over half of all adults have been infected with CMV. For immunocompromised individuals, such as organ transplant recipients, people with HIV or AIDS, or those on certain immunosuppressive drugs, a latent CMV infection can reactivate and cause severe, life-threatening disease. The second major concern is congenital CMV, which occurs when a pregnant woman passes the virus to her fetus. CMV is the most common viral infection that infants are born with in the United States, and it's a leading cause of non-genetic sensorineural hearing loss in children. At number 4, we have a virus that many people are familiar with, but whose full impact is often underestimated, herpes simplex virus, or HSV. There are two main types, HSV-1, which traditionally causes oral herpes or cold sores, and HSV-2, which is the primary cause of genital herpes. After the initial infection, which may or may not cause symptoms, The virus travels up the sensory nerves and establishes a permanent, hidden reservoir in a bundle of nerve cells called a ganglion. In rare cases, the virus can travel to the brain, causing herpes simplex encephalitis, a serious and potentially fatal inflammation of the brain. In newborns, neonatal herpes can be devastating, leading to widespread infection, brain damage, and death. Cracking our top 3 is a virus you may have never heard of, but one with severe consequences for those it affects. Human T lymphotropic virus type 1 or HTLV1. This is another retrovirus, like HIV, but it targets a different type of T cell. It's estimated to infect at least 5 to 10 million people worldwide, though the true number is likely higher due to a lack of screening. It's most common in certain parts of the world, including Japan, the Caribbean, and parts of South America and Africa. However, for a small but significant minority, a lifelong HTLV1 infection can lead to 2 devastating diseases. The first is a rare and aggressive cancer of the T cells called adult T-cell leukemia or lymphoma. The second major disease is a chronic progressive neurological disorder called HTLV1-associated myelopathy. Our runner-up at number 2 is the John Cunningham virus or JC virus. This is another incredibly common virus that most of us are exposed to during childhood. It's estimated that 70 to 90% of the world's population carries the JC virus. The JC virus only becomes a terrifying threat when a person's immune system is severely weakened. When it reactivates, the JC virus can cross the blood-brain barrier and infect the cells in the brain that produce myelin. The virus destroys these myelin-producing cells, leading to a devastating and usually fatal brain disease called progressive multifocal leukoencephalopathy or PML. The symptoms of PML are catastrophic and reflect the widespread damage to the brain. And here we are at number 1. The virus that I believe has the potential to change your life forever, more so than any other in some ways, is the varicella-zoster virus, or VZV. This might surprise you, as most people know it by its more common name, chickenpox. After you recover from chickenpox, you might think the virus is gone, but it's not. Just like its herpes relatives, VZV retreats into the sensory nerve ganglia along your spine and at the base of your skull. The virus can then reactivate and travel back down a single nerve to the area of skin supplied by that nerve. This reactivation causes shingles. For a significant number of people, even after the rash heals, the pain persists. This debilitating long-term nerve pain is called postherpetic neuralgia, or PHN. So there you have it, 10 viruses that can hide in your body and change your life forever. From the silent liver damage of hepatitis B and C, to the devastating neurological consequences of JC virus and the lifelong pain of shingles. These infections underscore the incredible importance of a strong immune system and the power of modern medicine, particularly vaccines and screening tests. They are our best defense against these hidden invaders. Now I want to hear from you. Which virus on this list surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below and let's get a conversation going. Remember, understanding these risks is